Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elif Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Welcome to episode 79 of the Childcare Genius podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Well, welcome everybody. It's February and we're excited, and it's cold up here in Maine. I mean,
Very
really cold. We just got back from 3 weeks in Jamaica, so we're trying to get used to this cold weather again before we head to Mexico in another couple days. A little bit of a sun break. But anyway, before we get started today, we got a really good action-packed episode. We want to remind you of our Childcare Genius Live Conference, April 14th, 15th, 16th in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Golden Nugget Hotel. And it's going to be the most advanced childcare conference in the world. And I believe there's still a few tickets left. Go to childcaregenius.com and go to conference and go ahead and get your tickets today. And so it's Black History Month. And what better way to celebrate than to interview successful African-American childcare business owners? So each week this month, we're going to interview a different couple that we've had the pleasure of personally coaching. This week, we're going to interview Monica and Cleveland Howard of Sunshine Schools in North Carolina. And we're just so excited to have them. You remember visiting their schools?
I do.
We got to visit all their schools a few months ago and toured in North Carolina and toured all around and visited each one of the programs. Got a good program down in North Carolina. This is our first year coaching them. And like I said, we've enjoyed visiting all their schools. With our Dynasty VIP coaching program, it includes a free site visit from us at our expense. So we went down there, we toured all their schools and give them suggestions, improving their schools. So get ready for a power-packed episode from my dynamic power couple.
Let's get Monica and Cleveland on the line. Hi, Monica. Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast. How are you today?
We are doing great today.
Doing awesome.
Good to see you guys. We were down at your school a couple months ago down in North Carolina. Loved visiting with you and wanted to get you on the podcast and wanted to share you and your success with our vast audience. But before we get started, we like to dig a little bit and pry. We got to meet you and get to know you guys a little bit, but our audience doesn't. So we'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about your background, maybe how you guys met, and a little bit of a picture of what your life was like before you got in the childcare business.
Okay, well, I love to tell this story on how we met. We actually met online on a dating app, and 14 years on February 5th, we will be married. So love is possible anywhere.
Awesome. So, Cleveland, how did you guys meet?
Yes.
A little bit more detail. How'd you woo her? How did you capture her?
Just a little bit more echo. We did meet online. We talked online for a few months. Then we decided to make this big jump and meet in person. So we went on a 5K run walk, and I showed up, she showed up, her son showed up. We all walked and talked. And after the walk, I told her that I make wine. And she said, "You didn't bring me a bottle." So, so I had to figure out, I said, well, okay, the next time we meet, I'll bring you a bottle. So the next time we met, I was running a little bit late. I was walking fast. I'm not a late person, so I was trying to get to her before it was too late. I had one flower and a bottle of wine for her. So, and she was amazed by just seeing me with the items that I told I was going to bring.
Very
that's a good story.
consistent and has been consistent ever since. Everything that he has promised, he said he would do, he has done. And he's been
Wow,
my
love that.
supporter in this childcare life.
Awesome. Now, Cleveland, next time we meet, I would love to taste a bottle of your wine.
Okay, okay.
If you're
That
still
sounds
making it.
great. Yes.
All right. So where are you calling in from? So we're up in Maine, and you guys are where?
We're in North Carolina. We live
North
on
Carolina.
the eastern shore of
All
North
right. Now
Carolina.
we know that, but I wanted the listeners to know where you guys are at. So what's the weather like in North Carolina this time of year?
This time of year is normally in the mid 50s, but we have dropped down a few days below freezing, and we have went up and almost to 80 a couple of days. So the weather here is really sporadic. It can be warm one day and freezing the next day. So, but that's the great part of living here in North Carolina.
So 50s, that's shorts weather. That is awesome.
Yes.
When it hits 50 here, we're outside, we're wearing shorts, t-shirts. That's amazing. Imagine having winter in the 50s. That would be
You wear
amazing.
Shorts in the 50s.
Carol doesn't wear 50s.
No.
I wear shorts anything above 30.
30. Yep, that's the way I am. Longest the sun is out and the
As
wind
long as the
is not
sun is
blowing.
out. You're right
That's
there.
right.
And I bet you're not looking at snow outside like I am right now, looking at snow outside. You're probably looking
No
at nice
snow.
grass, probably have green grass.
Nope. The grass could be green, but the grass I have here is brown, but no snow. We are hoping we do get some snow, and normally that happens this time of the year or either early February. So
Wow. I would like this. I haven't seen my lawn since November, so I won't see it till May. I kind of miss that. So I'm jealous for you.
yep.
Can you tell our audience about your child care centers and why you're different from other centers in your area?
Yes, so we have 5 locations in Eastern Shore, North Carolina. They range from Greenville, Winterville, Ayden, New Bern, and Moorhead. And they are the Sunshine Schools of North Carolina. And what makes us different is that we do have 5 locations, so we can service children all over the Eastern Shore. We offer early Spanish, baby sign language, and we pride ourselves on having food service managers in our kitchen so that they can provide nutritious meals to our students. So we feel like that makes us different. And of course, the other thing that makes us different is that we have an apprenticeship program through the state of North Carolina that allows us to provide no cost early childhood associate degrees to our staff and any new staff that come on board. So we're very proud of that.
It's awesome.
And
Is it
one other thing we do proud ourselves, we call ourselves the Sunshine Schools. So we place sunshine throughout the whole community. So people just dying to come to our schools. So we do have waiting lists for all our centers. So that's one major thing of just providing smiles and sunshine to all the kids.
I love that. It made us smile when we came and visited your schools. One of the best run programs we have visited, and we've been to 100 schools around the country, and we were very impressed with your schools. And we know any family would love to. It was a place that I would love to take my grandkids to if I lived in North Carolina for sure. And since one of my grandsons was born in New Bern, North Carolina, same area as your school, if they still live there, I'd have them attending your school for sure. So let's talk about struggles. So what obstacles did you face when you were trying to open your schools?
So we actually started our school, the first school in Greenville. We acquired that school 3 weeks prior to COVID. And at the time we lived 4 hours away. So the struggle was for us was really having the opportunity to get to know the parents and the staff because COVID, no one can really move around too much. And so that required us to stay local as well. So we spent 7 months in a hotel, Monday through Friday, to support the schools. But that wasn't enough for us. We decided a year and a half later that we would purchased another childcare building, and we built that program up, and that was in New Bern. And because things were just going so great and we weren't having any struggles, and that's me just being funny, we purchased another school in Morehead City. And 6 months later, we purchased a school in Winterville and in Ayden. So our biggest struggle, like everyone else, has been staffing, right? It is hard to get qualified staff, but we do feel like with the new apprenticeship program that we're offering, that should help us with those struggles. But overall, it's just been the struggles of staffing, and that's common across all areas in the United States.
Awesome. Way to overcome.
February is Black History Month. Can you tell us what that means to you?
What it means to me is being able to have our schools present Black History Month programs throughout the community. We have been doing this since we've owned the center, and we invite the parents and their kids, usually perform in front of them, and they're amazed at what the kids can do, and being dressed up like some of the famous Black history people throughout history. So the parents really enjoy that.
And what Black history means to me is our children and our grandchildren, knowing that their Nana, Gigi, Papa really went out into the community to make a difference to all children in the community. And us being people of color, it is important for them to see those role models. So that is what Black history means to us, being a part of history, not only for our communities, but being a part of that for our family. So we're hoping 50 years from now, when we're no longer here, that our grandchildren will still talk about us and the impact that we made, not only on them and our family, but the communities that we live in.
Yes.
Well, you two are making history, and you're living history today. And like you said, someday, 50 years from now, kids are going to be dressing up as you guys and want to be more like you. And hopefully it's your great kid living on, from Grampy Cleveland and Grandma Monica, and how they were the entrepreneurs and business owners and left a legacy for their kids and grandkids because of their hard work. And so good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
It goes to show you in America, I mean, anybody could succeed with a little bit of hard work, a lot of hard work, and overcoming obstacles and not quitting.
Yes.
That's the key.
Absolutely.
Some
Yeah.
days you want to, but if you persevere, you will succeed. Look at 5 schools, and you're not done yet. You're you're going strong.
Thank you.
All right. So, what are some strategies you use when working together? You guys work together in your business, and Carol and I have worked together for many, 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 many years. And it was a little rough at first, but we figured it out
For
through
me.
lanes. We teach that.
It's rough for me.
It took me a while to it was me. It actually, she's just saying that to be facetious, but it's the truth. I was the bottleneck, and I was the problem, and I was the control freak, and I was the perfectionist, and I had to change. And when I changed, boy, things started getting real good when I changed, right? You were perfect all along. But how do you manage working together without getting on each other's nerves?
Telling me to go ahead first. Let's see, what do we do? I think it's just operating in our own lanes. I am not a maintenance girl. I can tell you what's broken, but I can't tell you how to fix it. And so I try to stay out of that lane, other than just to make sure that tickets are closed, or just to go in and inspect and make sure that those items are in compliance. I typically handle the operations and dealing with the staff and our HR. And so that's how we kind of keep things separate. We have tried to designate our time to just have our meetings, but sometimes we're talking business all the time. So that's something that we're working on. But I think, communication is vital, right? Like, you need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to listen. And Mr. Howard does a lot of listening to me, because I do a lot of talking. And so I'm going to stop talking now so that he can tell you about his point of view.
Yes, I feel that working together with your spouse is a unique situation because you have to be able to give and take. And it's almost like being married. You have to give and take. You can't win everything, and you have to be able to understand where that person coming from. Being in the military 20-something years, it was easy always to listen to someone and give commands and make sure everything is okay. But working with your spouse is totally different. So the big difference is if it's a person that just want to be in control of everything, then that is really hard because you can't be in control of everything. And for me, I want to know everything about the business, but I want to be able to sit back and just provide feedback on where I see the problem is and how to maneuver through that problem. And that just for me being a natural leader, but I don't have to dictate how things should run. I don't have to do all that, but mainly just give input. But the big thing is just being able to listen and understand where that person is coming from.
I love that. I love how you communicate to each other with reverence and respect. And you guys are just an amazing example of that. And I know Cleveland, you have military background as Carol and I, and sometimes it's hard. I know you left the military and you got out, and that transition to civilian life is not the easiest in the world because we've done it. And so we know, and you've done a really good job incorporating it. You guys work together very well. And of course, you're going to have some struggles here and there. That's what we're there to help you with that step, every step of the way. So good job on what you guys have accomplished.
Thank you.
Now, you guys are Dynasty members in our coaching group. How has coaching helped you grow your business?
As being a Dynasty member, one major thing that I was looking for was someone being able to coach in all aspects of the business, the finance, how to grow your center, how to recruit staff. And I think by being the Dynasty member, that part has helped out a lot, being able to listen to couples that have went through the program and how it's changed their business. So that Dynasty aspect has made a difference in our life and pointing us in a different direction than what we was going.
And I will say for me, it's having you and Carol as a coach, right? It's that one-on-one, like we have your cell phone number and we don't think that we're needy people, but we know that if we need something from you, that we can just send you a text message, you'll schedule a call with us and help us to resolve what the issue is. And so that was important to us to be able to have someone kind of like on speed dial, that if we have something that we need to talk about, that we can actually speak with you and we don't have to go through a lot of red tape and try and help to get answers to our problems. So you all are inspiration to us because you're a couple. And that's important to us. We work together and we know that it's not easy. You all have been doing this for a long time. So being able to guide us on how to maintain our marriage and still maintain our business is certainly important. And you all have helped us with that.
Well, appreciate that. It's easy to coach somebody who's coachable and very hard to coach somebody who's not. And you guys are a blessing and a joy to work with. And we enjoy our partnership with you guys. Can't wait for you to come visit us up here in Maine, but you might want to wait till summer though.
Yes.
As long as we can get lobster. As long as we can get some
Yeah,
lobster.
for sure. All right. So where do you see yourself 3 years from now? What are some business goals for you?
He's telling me to go ahead.
It's your lane, Monica. It's your lane.
Yes, because he's good with, transitioning out, right? But in 3 years, we want to make sure that we have a legacy for our grandchildren. That is so important to us since we will have 6 by the end of next month. So we want to make sure that we position ourselves in a way where we can have that legacy wealth for our grandchildren. So not only does that include childcare, but there are other projects that we're working on outside of childcare that's going to help us to achieve those things. So, you know, in 3 years, we could transition out of childcare, or in 3 years, we can still be in it and still operating the other businesses or projects that we are going to be starting up. So the sky's the limit. You know, you can create any life that you choose to have. It's just based on the strategies and the conversations that we have together to determine what we want to do. So we're open to every opportunity that comes our way in the next 3 years. So we don't want to be closed-minded because anything can happen.
I'm glad you said that, Monica, because that's the key to success, being open-minded to opportunities and not paradigmed into a certain way of thinking. Never close your mind. And I always say the mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open.
Correct.
Parachute's no good when it's closed.
That's right.
You attended our leverage conference with us in Jamaica. And what was that experience like for both of you?
For me, it was amazing. I've been to plenty other conferences, but this one was really unique. And especially to be able to see Carol, you and Bryant be able to teach and guide us through different situations that I had never heard of going to other conferences. So that was really amazing to me to be able to listen and just soak in all that knowledge that y'all was pouring out. And also doing the poolside coaching, that was new. You know, we've always had after hours coaching, you know, parties, but this was totally different, being able to go by the pool, relax, and just be able to talk to some of the other childcare owners and listen to what they are experiencing.
What I loved about the conference is the intimacy of it. And there were a lot of couples there, so that was important for us. Like Mr. Howard said, the poolside coaching, that was very new for us. And it was very informal, meaning that you have your swimsuit and a drink. That's all you needed in conversation. And to have the coaches part of that as well. So it wasn't just the attendees, the coaches were out as well in the pool. And there was just a lot of conversation, a lot of connections and networking that was made during that time. So that was really nice. And then the other part of it is you're in Jamaica, so you're there to have some fun as well.
Yes.
So the actual work sessions weren't long, but they were impactful. So it allowed you to still experience being in Jamaica and getting out and doing excursions, different things like that. So that was important to us, that we had a impactful conference, but we still got an opportunity to experience being, you know, away from everyone and everything. So we love that about the Leverage Conference in Jamaica.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. There might be somebody out there that doesn't know about the conference, and tickets will be on sale starting, I think, in March. So we'd love to have you. Like Monica and Cleveland said, the short days, 4 or 5 hour days, which is great. Poolside coaching, and over 40% of attendings are men. So which guys, sometimes we feel left out in childcare, that we're the minority at a conference, but here a lot of couples attend together, and sometimes it's couples that the man's not even involved in a business, but he wants to learn a little bit more about what the wife does, and then they realize, man, this is pretty hard, isn't it? And man, you can make a lot of money in this, can't you? Like, yeah, it's an eye opener for both people. So thank you for those kind words. We loved having you, and we can't wait to go back. We're going back to the same resort in Jamaica again this year for our final year in Jamaica, and then we're moving on away from that. But actually, September 30th to October 4th in Iberia Star Resort. Just go to our website, childcaregenius.com. There's a page for a wait list right now, so sign up. All right, so if you had to do it all over again, what would you do different?
I don't think I would change anything, because when we came in during COVID, it gave us the opportunity to really learn the business. The employees were stable, the kids were stable, so we was able to get a good snapshot of how a childcare should run, even though the consultants wasn't in and day out. So everything was hands off, and we was able to really learn how to be a successful childcare owner. And after that, then after COVID, it was open the doors. Even though we may have some struggles now, it's really amazing of how the parents depend on us, and we depend on the parents. So to bring their kids. So it's a two-sided coin there, where everyone is dependent on someone. We are training the kids, teaching them things that they can't learn at home. So it's just amazing. Okay.
All right. Well, I love how you said that you wouldn't really change a thing, because, our experiences, our negatives are building blocks to success. And you can't go back and erase the mistakes, because without those mistakes, you don't grow. And without the growth, you're not where you are today. And sometimes you don't always hit a home run. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to strike out here and there. But the thing is to keep swinging, and you keep swinging, and you keep swinging. And, we've made mistakes on the childcare side. We make mistakes on the real estate side. And we just keep coming up the bat, swing it again. And you get a home run every once in a while. And those home runs are very lucrative for us. So we just never want to give up on any opportunity. And like you said, having that open mind. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. You've been a blessing to our listeners here today. This was great. Great podcast. We look forward to spending another year working with you and enjoying our time together. Can't wait to see you guys in Jamaica. I know you're heading there tomorrow. So enjoy Jamaica. When this episode airs, you'll already be back from there. So you'll already have enjoyed that. So thank you again. And we hope to see you real soon and on a future podcast or a future training. Yeah. So have a good day.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Bye-bye.
Wow, they're an incredible couple. That
Great
was a
couple.
great
Love their attitude. Cleveland and I get along good. He's a military guy. Carol and I are military people, so we just get along really well with them. And they're just a dynamic power couple, and really setting North Carolina on fire in childcare. And I'm looking forward to incredible, great things in the years to come working with them. So love that. Love them. So if you need help in your childcare business and you'd like a free coaching call from one of our certified coaches on our team in any area that you're struggling in, this is for childcare center owners only. Go to childcaregenius.com. Under the coaching tab, select the free coaching call, and you will get paired up with one of our certified coaches, and you're guaranteed to come away with 2 or 3 action items that you can institute right away and help your business grow. This concludes episode 79 of the Childcare Genius podcast. Thank you again from the bottom of our heart for taking the time to spend a little bit of time with us.
And just a reminder to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Childcare Genius podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.